Okay guys, Wicking. Now there's a couple of things that I'm using at the minute. The main one I'm using is this Yorkshire Vapor FUZZ. It's really nice stuff, easy to work with. Excuse the fact there's already cotton in this, I didn't record the first half of this video, I only just realised. But, here we go. I'm going to teach you how to scotch roll, because it is pretty much one of the easiest ways to wick up. So, it comes in rolls. Cut off a little section. It doesn't have to be too much. Normally that's fine. Cut it off, and we'll work with it. Now this has been halved because obviously half of it is already in there. So scotch rolling, you basically want to try and just stretch it out as much as you can. Thin it out. Make it as flat as possible. You can't go too far because it will snap, especially with this fuzz. Once you've done that, you have to try and roll it like a cigarette. I could never roll, so it's not going to go too well for me. Those who have rolled cigarettes in the past probably will work. Once you've done that, I always try and make it a little bit tighter and roll it up as best as I possibly can. Like so. It might be a little bit too much in this. If so, you can try and pop it through. If it doesn't fit, what I would always recommend is open it back up or unroll it and just pull a little strip off. It'll take it down, obviously, in the thickness, make it a little bit easier to go through. So that's a little bit better now. So once you've done so, you will pop it through. And what I would recommend, if it's tight like that, where it is stuck, rather than pulling and distorting your coils, twist as you're doing it. If it still pulls, take a little bit more cotton off, but not as much. Like that, look, that's better. I'm going to pop it through so you've got a nice amount of cotton either side. And then what I would always recommend with any build on any deck is rock it backwards and forwards. Only gently, you'll feel it grab the inside of the coils, so you know there's cotton all the way through the coils. You're not going to have any dry spots then. Now with the Tornado deck, you have to sort of match it up to the bottom of the build deck. So as you can see with this deck, it's a little flatter. You'll be able to do that pretty well. I always leave a little bit extra, personally. So you can always retrim. You can't add cotton without completely starting again. And trust me, that is very annoying. So on this one, trim it down. Like so. A little bit too much cotton on that side, but we can figure this out as we go along. That's what I would normally do. So you ended up with something that looks pretty much like that. You've got a very nice set of coils in there, loads of cotton on there as well. What I'm going to do now is juice these up, get them to fit, pop the lid on, pop it back on the deck, put it in a tank and try it. My weapon of choice today is the E-Leaf eye stick, 100 watt. It's just a nice little mod to have. My juice of choice, big shout out to Space and Vapers of Mexborough, South Yorkshire. They hooked me up with some Nillinade. It's very, very, very nice. Unique taste, never had anything quite like it before. So I'm going to pop that back in there. We'll pop some Nillinade on this. So quite liberal with it, as any wicker will know. Now you can get your fingers straight in there and you can play with it by hand, which is what I would normally do, but I will use some tweezers on this one so you can see a little bit better because I have got fat fingers. what I would say, once it's wet, it's a little bit more manageable. It's not as fluffy. And you want to try and stick it into the juice channels. It will eventually go. You may need a little bit more juice on it at times. This one possibly will be okay. Something like that. All the way around. So it's sat in the juice channels. When you put your lid over, it should stay in position. I did say should because there's always the one that wasn't. And there is always the bit that you need to trim off as well. But I generally, a little bit of patience in it. Tuck it all in. You shouldn't have too much of a problem, to be honest. It's, like I say, it's quite a nice deck to build this. Do need to trim this one off slightly now. So you can't see much when I move away from the camera. It's a static digital camera, that's why. But there we go, it's a little better. So again, poke it in there, like so. And this is another reason for doing this with the tweezers. Use your squeezing your juice from where you've put it at the top through the cotton, making it all saturated. So when you do come to the bottom of the coil, the cotton, sorry, it's easy to manage and easy to work with. Again, just going to trim this smidge off. Not a lot, just a little off the end of it. Just like so. Whoops. So make sure everything's tucked in. Like so. There's quite a lot of cotton in this, I'm not going to lie. But it's a principal thing for this for now. Stick your top back over, you will see a little bit hanging out the bottom. If you are a perfectionist like I am, and it will bug me, tuck it in. Just like the teachers at school, when they tell you to tuck your shirts in. Same thing. Must tuck it in. All the way around. Like so. Cap on, make sure the holes line up with what you've just, with the cotton you've just put in. For some reason it only fits one way. Like so, like that's better. Look, nothing else showing. And that's the top view. I'll zoom in a bit on that so you can see a little bit clearer. Sort of like that. Okay. So we'll build this back up now. That's back in there. And what I would recommend doing is juicing this up yet again with plenty of your chosen juice. Again, mine's Nillinade, something I've never tried before. So quite a lot of juice all over the coils and the cotton. That was a pipette full. So with the Tornado, the I would say crowning glory with it as such is the fact that you can lift the lid essentially on it without having to disassemble your whole tank. Now, because this is new, it is very tight, and I know there will be people out there scream at me for doing what I'm about to do, but I will have to get a multi-tool on this and a pair of pliers just to loosen that top seal, because it is stupidly tight and it won't come off. So back with you in 2 seconds, guys. So I've just grabbed my multi-tool, and I know there's people out there that's going to scream at me for this because it's a brand new machine, but I have no other way. I need to get this ring off, and it is stupidly tight. It will not come off. What I would recommend, if you're going to do anything like this, go for the inner parts, ones that you can't really see when the tank's full, and then it will come. It is coming slightly. I haven't got a blade to put in there, but a little bit of gentle movement and it should come off. I don't know if you can see quite there. It is slightly starting to come off, so I'll join you again once I've taken it off. After a few minutes of persevering, I managed to get it off, and that's what it's like. it's just the top and then a ring that goes over the top. But once the tank's on, use your little filling hole here. So just give me 2 moments. I'll bring it all back and sort my camera out like so. Pop this on there. Screw it all together. And so you can see the filling hole at the top. So we'll fill this up now, and then I'll do, before I put the ring back on the top, I will grease or lubricate the O-rings at the top with a little bit of juice, just to stop it from refusing to budge next time. Quite large tanks on these devices as well, which I have to admit I do like. You will forgive me, or you have to forgive me, should I say. I am a very, very messy person, and I like to be clean, so I have to make sure everything's right. Obviously this will be a lot easier once it's on the machine. Logic dictates that's the way you're going to do things, and that's the way I probably should have done things, but it's a little late now and I'm wasting a lot of juice doing this, so I'll not put too much more in. Should be enough, plenty there for now. It's over half. And you can do this with a bit of juice on your finger, or if you like me and spill it everywhere, do the same and just rub that juice around those O seals at the top to make sure they're coated in your desired juice for the day or week or however you guys vape. You get your little ring, the logo and the filling hole go pretty much together, so pop it on, it'll get to a point where it'll click and then twist it in, so next time it'll come straight off, no problems, no issues, because it's all well lubricated now. And that's pretty much it. If you follow all of that, I'm sorry I rambled and I'm sorry my voice sounds very monotone, but it's late and I've had some wine. But if you follow all of that, you will end up with a wicked and coiled iJoy tornado. So guys, without further ado, let's pop it on the machine. Right guys, after only a couple of minutes and a couple of puffs out of the machine, it's got a lot better already. As you can see, it's just a matter of time waiting for those wicks to get nice and juicy, and obviously those coils to bed in a little bit more. And that's about it. If you've got any questions, leave a like, subscribe, any comments, stick it down below. Anything you want me to try and build on, any particular builds, any wicking methods, let me know. I'll do my best to find out what they are. If I can do them, I'll do them. If not, I will learn them and do them, or do them with you while I'm learning, so we can learn together. And that's about it. Thanks for your time, thanks for watching, and I hope and I pray that it's actually been some use to you. As I say, it's been a learning curve for me, and as you can tell, I'm not the best, but I try and I get by, so I hope it's good enough for you guys. Like and subscribe.